So many Armored Core model kit announcements, a new patch drops for Armored Core 6, and there may be some more patches coming. We have all that more coming up in this video, as well as a very special edition with bloopers at the end. I'm going to start including my bloopers because honestly, people don't realize how many times I have to record some of these because there's a lot of being said in a very short period of time. Greetings, Ravens. I'm Cleric, and I'm here to tell you... Just a quick reminder to those who have not done so yet, please hit the subscribe button. It seems most of you who enjoy my content are not currently subscribed, and I would greatly appreciate it. That's all I wanted to add, and now, on to the news. First, our lead news story. Patch 1.07 was released last week on September 19th, along with the planned PvP ranked reset. For those of you unaware, the official Armored Core Twitter had posted a note about the rank reset coming along with patch 1.07 a week earlier. But the post was shortly deleted after being posted, but not before it was noticed. Of course, this led to some speculation as well as some spelunking for information. Many went to SteamDB. Though not an official source, it does track changes to games on its platform, including dev and QA changes. And people saw there was some recent traffic on Armored Core 6. Sure enough, September 19th came around, and with it came patch 1.07. This came with a slew of balance changes to over 100 different parts. Most, though not extreme, changes, there are some notable ones. As for buffs, the big winner here is probably the Ducat. With a decent increase in attack and impact as well as an extra bullet in the chamber, it is now a stunning powerhouse, and there are already builds floating around utilizing it. As for nerfs, though nothing too huge in my opinion, the one that seemingly felt the most by most people is the nerf to the Ocellus FCS. Some of you may have been familiar with the Ocellus meme, as you can see here on the screen currently, but now the short range has been reduced some, and also the missile lock being reduced. This may cause to see the Ocellus being used a little bit less often than it is currently. There are some other slight nerfs along with the Lamb getting a hover speed and stability decrease. Sandtai will probably see less use with the reduction in recovery, and the Hammer may not see as much dominance with its impact and damage being reduced. As for other buffs, the LS laser shotgun had a decent buff, making it potentially scary on the right builds, I think. Many Langs got their jump increase, which means they now dodge better. Many boosters got melee thrust increases, along with melee arms getting increased on melee spec on the arms themselves, and some blades seeing some improvements as well, so you might see some more melee options just in general. And then my personal favorite buff, the Fortaleza wheelchair legs got an AP increase and slight AB buff to make chasing things down a little bit easier. So yeah, win patch, Fortaleza got buffed, best patch ever. I'm not biased at all. I reacted to this and broke it all down, all the numbers on a stream. Yeah, 20B, I'm doing it. I want to see it. Oh, shut up, game. I know it's the legs. Oh, 20B, that's silly. With all my chat, links to the patch notes, the numbers, and my reaction are linked down below. Time to see what the meta turns into. In more game news, though patch 1.07 has just dropped, speculation has continued as once again on SteamDB, there have been a slew of changes on the dev side. Shortly after the release of patch 1.07, on the same day there were a series of changes made on SteamDB. Now, does that mean we're getting another patch? That remains to be seen, although there are some changes on SteamDB that doesn't always indicate that something major or something is going to be happening in the future. Sometimes it's just background noise. These could address a bug that was introduced with the newest patch, however, such as the dual missile reload time, though being changed, doesn't seem to actually have changed a whole lot in the actual function of the game. So it could just be a series of bug fixes, who knows. But I guess we'll see what happens. In our last bit of game news, the Armored Core 6 official artworks have been released. To get your hands on one of these will require an import from Japan. It contains 384 pages of sweet Armored Core designing, planning, sketching, and even some guest artistry. For a period of time, Armored Core Daily on Twitter was actually posting various pieces from this art book on their page. I plan to do a stream here in the future going through each of the pages of the book. I'm looking forward to checking it out with you all. Moving on over to model kit news. As previously reported, 30-Minute Missions was to announce some new Armored Core 6 products in their 30-Minute Missions line towards the end of August. Well, During that announcement, along with showing off their previously announced Rusty and Nightfall models, they showed what they were releasing is that's 2 new sets of weapon models, to add on to your kits for further customization. There's a Zim, there's the Gatling gun, there's the Huxley, there's the explosive filler, among other things. Lots of new cool options to customize your AC, and as always before, the 30-minute mission line kits are interchangeable parts on the extensions there. The very end of their announcement video, though, was also a fun little teaser, as you're going to see here. It looks like we're going to be getting Honest Brute's Milktooth in model form through 30-minute missions sometime here in the future. Both weapon sets have a release schedule of February 2025. In more model kit news, Kotobukiya announced a whole bunch of Armored Core model kits that they will be re-releasing from their previous lines. First, we have the Crest CR C89E Oracle from Last Raven, the Matsukaze Model 2 base defense version from Armored Core Verdicte, the Mirage CO3 Helios Victoria from the Japanese novel Armored Core Brave New World, which also saw a slight variation in the Armored Core Silent Line portable version of the game. You have the GA Gano 1 Sunshine E from Armored Core 4, the UCR-10L Agni from Armored Core 5, a set of 2 ultimate weapons, or as they're called in Japan, overed weapons, from Armored Core 5, those 2 being the Grind Blade and the Giga Cannon, and last but not least, the UCR-10A Vengeance from Armored Core 5. All of these have various release timings, links to each of them in the description below. As always, we finish up with our meme of the month. This month's meme is courtesy of Baby Beth on the Armored Core subreddit. Here is this month's meme. Here you get to enjoy the Rubicon Liberation Front presented to you in proper hand and finger form. Well done, Baby Beth, from your post. I hope you got some sleep. All right, well, that's all the news I have for you today. Currently, links to each of the items that were covered in this topic are in the description below. I also would always like to add in the description below, you will see the Events Hub. In the Events Hub, you will find links to various Armored Core communities where you can participate in some really cool Armored Core events and tournaments, and some that even include cool prizes. If you'd like to submit a piece of news for to be covered, there is a link in the description below to submit some information to me, and I will give it a look. Thank you all so much for your time. I appreciate you giving a look to the Armored Core news information, and this is Cleric, signing off. The one seemingly felt the most was the nerf to the Ocellus FCS. Some of you may be familiar with the OCS, released last week on September 19th, along with planned PvP ranked, along with the planned. I cannot do this today. I'm spelunking for information. Many went to SteamDB. As for buffs, the big winner here is probably the Ducat, with a decent increase, should I say. A recent increase. Of course it's a recent increase. Patch 107 just dropped. Shortly after the release of patch 1.07 on SteamDB, I can't do SteamDB today. SteamDB. To get your hands on one of these, it will require import from Japan. It contains a 384 pages, plural. It would appear we are getting Honest Brute's Milktooth model. That was just weirdly phrased. They will be re-releasing from their previous lines. Last but not least, I didn't even mention anything yet. Last but not least, the very first one. In more model kit news, Kotobukiya announced a whole bunch of Armored Core model kits that they will... Man, I can't do it today.